Hello and welcome to another update video about the DXY. So a little bit of a spike today, and I think it's noteworthy. It's worth making another quick update video because of this spike today, which is what we expected after 5 waves down. I showed you that yesterday, this descending wedge here, and that basically 5 waves are nearly complete in wave 1, and that we could look forward to a wave 2 relief rally. Now, you need to understand where we stand here on the DXY chart if you have missed previous videos. The idea is that the DXY is in a downtrend here and that we are looking at an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, right? So in this ABC structure, the B wave is currently probably complete. It's not entirely confirmed yet, but we are looking very, very toppy up here. So there's a bit of a topping structure, and if certain levels break and the chart does certain things, then we can say that we are now likely coming down in wave C. That's the forecast taking us into the low $90 region, and I'm just observing this chart very, very closely to identify clues to tell me if the chart really has topped, and we're now one step further. So if we really say that a wave B topped here, then we need to see, first of all, 5 waves down as a first indication that the chart has topped. Well, it broke out of the trend line to the downside already. That was the first signal. We were waiting for this signal. That happened. Then we got our 5 waves down and this descending wedge. I gave you that micro count yesterday. After 5 waves, you expect a bit of at least a pullback into the other direction, a relief rally in this case. And this could be wave 2. So if this is wave 2, what would be the resistance level it should not cross? So to keep it a reliable wave 2, which should result in a third wave to the downside, the price should stay, or the DXY should stay below $106.95. So $107 is basically resistance. The DXY has not broken above it. And from somewhere there, I mean, if the chart really has formed the top and we're currently waiting for clues, we need to understand the language of the market. So we need to be able to interpret this. If we now find resistance in this region and then move down, break below yesterday's low, which was here at $105.53, then we have additional evidence that a top indeed has been made. And then we are on track to breaking most likely $104.65 and then 103. So each of these steps will increase the probabilities that the DXY has topped here. If you ask me, I think the chances are really good that it has topped because the wave count to the upside was full, as indicated before. It was pretty full. Again, that doesn't mean it has to top, but it means we have to be watching for reversals in that region, and the reversal happened. So I'm now watching for those clues. Okay, do we hold resistance? The relevant resistance levels are again 107, but below that $106.64. And in the coming days or so, I would ideally tomorrow, I'd like to see a rejection there and a breakdown. And that would really be a good indication that this B wave completed. But really, we need to take the support levels out as well as at $104.60 and 103. And then we should see the DXY come down over the coming months, maybe even years, into the low $90 region. So it can take a while. Depends on if this C wave to the downside in wave 4, if it's unfolding as an impulse, that would be straightforward. Also preferred, to be honest. Yeah, that would be preferred. And why? Because an impulse would be faster. Okay, so in an impulse, we would expect quite rapid downside movement. If the C wave is a diagonal, oh dear, I mean, that will take a long time, and it will be very boring. To compare it with this, this here was an impulse, and the move up, the move down from 115 to 100, I mean, it took, so started in September 22, ended in February. So maybe half a year or so, okay, roughly, depending on how this is playing out. Be aware that an A wave and a C wave often have the same length. But if this is a diagonal, then it will stretch out further, maybe 1 or 2 years. It is hard to say how long something takes, very difficult to say that, because Elliott wave is a price discipline, not a time discipline. But that would be an educated assumption, educated guess, you could say, not just a guess, but at least educated, based on, structure of an impulse versus structure of a diagonal. Yeah, not much more to add. So I think the levels are clear. And well, okay, maybe one more thing. So what happens if we push above resistance? If the DXY pushes above resistance, then I have to assume that the B wave is extending higher. It can extend to the next fib level at $108.71, but obviously now there is a chance for this larger top to be in place. That's my update about the DXY. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And last week we launched our S&P 500 and stock service. So if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500 and some selected stocks, then check out the link in the video description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.